Yeah, Chris, I mean, the Ford options, where are they at for me? It's the only one down, but it's at like right where I got them at. And then, yeah, of course, it yields 7%. So there's that. Then as rates do come down, I will probably see more of a reaction, a positive reaction up for that. So this is why it's good to diversify if we're going to, do something other than treasury bonds. Th 30 years, 3.66. And the 1 year is still flat at about 4.7-ish. Interesting, yeah, which there are real concerns too. I guess it just affects their rating and credit worthiness, but I still don't think that Ford will ever get itself in a situation where well, who knows, knock on wood. Eric says, interesting how the PPI number that's focused on is outside of food and energy, but not this morning. Yeah. Prior PPI days resulted in, oh shit, I think I just lost a tab. Reopen that closed tab. Yes. Prior PPI days have resulted in a pop to a particular level or a drop to a particular level, and then the rest of the day we just chopped. We just chopped at that level. Who knows why, but that's what PPI does. That's the behavior of these PPI reports and how they affect the market on the day. So we'll probably see some chop. Let's go over the market forecast here. All right, so before the open, we're opening up above yesterday's high. And so that gap will probably get filled. Although we've had days where we just ran from there. However, since this is more of a choppy type of day, perhaps we will retrace a little bit, fill that gap, and that will create red if we gap up this open, gap up this high at the open here. But again, it might be just a chop day. However, today might be the high of a 3-day swing high that gets put in tomorrow, if that's the case. So if today can't really make any progress, it might be time to end some of your positions or hedge them, and or open up some bearish outlook for pullback. It's time. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days in a row of almost days in a row of uptrend, up movement is pretty rare in what was a semi-bear market. No, I mean a full bear market, but the last couple months we may be at the bottom of a bear market. So it's time. But we'll see how the day goes today. If it stays green all day, great. But it's definitely a pivotal day and harder to predict direction. We'll see when the market opens, because we're actually sitting on liquidity. If I had to guess anything, I would guess that today's a red day all day. But because PPI models in the past are chop days, maybe it won't be. Maybe it'll just be sideways. Chris says there was a dark bull. What did you just say about TCBP? No, okay, that was earlier. SPY dark pull print. Okay, so just now, SPY. Down. Very interesting. That goes with my, pretty much only directional prediction is that today's likely a top and will be red. It could be in doji form, so slightly red, or it could pull back red all day. I don't think so. I think it'll chop. And then tomorrow we'll see a continuation of that red, and the whole rally that we were just going through is done. Right, and there's Fed speeches all day. Yeah. Landmines everywhere. Yep. What platform am I using? Well, the one you're looking at here is TradingView, but I trade with a lot of things. You're not seeing my full screen, Eric. You're seeing 1/3, a vertical portion slice on TikTok of. Actually, I have multiple screens here. You can't see them, but right here. And then they continue this way, which those two aren't on right now. And then the television. But I use Thinkorswim if you're looking for a platform. You're looking for advice on a platform. So Otrk sitting pretty at VWAP-ish, forming a nice base there. ATXI not too dangerous looking. Tcbp doing a very similar flagging to this pop. Pop, flag, and then return to the high, fail, pull, come back, and then dump. So it could be doing that playbook again. Pop to the high, flag, grind back up to that high, fail, pull back a little bit, and then dump. So watch yourself on Tcbp. Oh, I did. What happened with Vlta? I didn't get allocated on Vlta. All right. Would have liked to have been. Try it again here. You're using TOS too? Okay. Yeah, I've used TOS since the beginning. Like the beginning. Like 1999 or something. Long time ago. It's not the shoes or the ball. Yeah. Well, Eric has been watching me for over a year, I think, so he probably knows that. But Carl points out it's not the basketball. It's not the shoes. It's not the net. It's not the hoop. Point being, it's not the equipment. The dollar is breaking, so that may cause a little bit of movement up now in the Qs. And we've got about 7 minutes before the market opens. I did just get my fill on Vlta. Tcbp. So I still think that Otrk has most potential, and ATXI behind that. Vlta has potential, but it hasn't even shown it really. There's no 4-point uptrend on the catalyst. It's just kind of hanging inside of one rally. That's not a trend. And then Otrk's trying to sell off now around VWAP, so we'll see if it picks up. Have to dump some. It got picked up. AI, like what you mean AI? This is where they type artificial intelligence. Okay. Like you need some. Stock. Okay. The stock. Yeah, we were looking at this the other day, yesterday, I believe. This curve coming off the bottom could be anything. It could be anything. It's done it many times. maybe 30 or 40 times in the last year. Could be anything. If you want to get excited about it, go for it. Ricky Bobby, good morning. Diddy Nugs. Good morning. The dollar did pull back into the flag a little bit, and so did the Qs. All right, we've got about 5 minutes until the market opens. There goes the market a little bit more. Again, prior PPI reports have resulted in basically chop days. That can be just the behavior of the forces at play when PPI reports come out. And so, that is behavior that you should notice, that you should take note of. Not watching SPRC today, is that like a reverse psychology thing? Like, I am not looking at SPRC today. And it makes me type it. Okay. That was pretty funny. Today is one day I am not going to watch Tesla or something, and all it does is make you want to go look at it. Now I want to look at Tesla just because I said that. Oh, Tesla finally broke out of its little consolidation bottom yesterday, and today has continued to the upside, opening at 137 because of it. Tesla doing beautiful things. Yes. As an investment, this is a great area to get in for a 5+ year type of time frame. No doubts about that. Oil's at 83 this morning. Gold is at really, it's gotten all the way to 1925, closing in on 2000 again. Let me take a look at gold. Yeah. It's actually a pretty fast reclaim, somewhat bullish on gold. UAL popped after yesterday's close. Okay. I think I dumped UAL yesterday. Maybe I didn't. Yeah, I did. Maybe just for liquidity, but I'm definitely still holding RCL. That seems to be the best performing, and we were looking at the fundamentals, and it has great fundamentals. RCL providing a nice return. There goes OTRK a little, guys. OTRK. Yeah, I'm watching DXY on the right of the screen that you can't see. All right, we've got a minute and 30 seconds before the market opens. Looks like Tcbp is trying to do something. Do I have that up anywhere? No, I guess I'll get it up just in case I need to grab it pretty fast. Wait for the open at this point. Well, yeah, we'll see. All right, 45 seconds to the open. Oh, I do have TCBP up. Okay, good. Now I got to switch all these fucking things to day instead of GTC EXT. Yes. All right, here we go. OTRK with an initial up movement and now starting to pull back. Sell off, sell off, sell off. A strong sell off right off the open on OTRK. Let's see if it can hold FWAP. I'm going to sit that one out until I see a little bit better action. TCBP not happening. ATXI failing out. Will it get bought up? I'll give it another 30 seconds. Doesn't look like it. Where is that on my system here? Oh, I already did get out of that before the open. TCBP kind of wild. The market itself is moving up. To the high of the PPI reaction range. Again, I feel like today is going to be a doji day. And that's what the model books say. But anything can really happen today. Mid run. We've gapped up so far. Last Tesla call sold. Good job, Camille. We've gapped up so far and are moving up, hit the PPI high, and now we're pulling back. And this may be where we go red, fill that gap, and then perhaps doji out for the day. OTRK is reclaiming. It wasn't a very fast reclaim. I did pretty good getting into all these positions. There goes OTRK just bleeding out. I did pretty good getting into all these positions pre-market and then exiting just now before the shit hit the fan. TCDA is coming up. That's maybe the only thing with some prospect right now. It needs to do a 4-point uptrend over VWAP though in order to really be worthwhile. Yesterday was kind of a nyeh day, nyeh, and today might be as well. Okay, the market is red now, and there it is. This is usually a shortable signal right here. This gap up, move up, pull down, turn red, boom. That's typically a short signal for the day. So I'll just go ahead and take a position short somewhere in here. But it's usually a swing trade. You know, you can get like puts across the next day, you know, kind of an overnight starting now. There. TCBP breaking out of the sevens. Boom, it's really taken off. Oh, can we get in time? Okay, I've got some, and it's probably halting. OTRK totally failing out. ATXI has reclaimed that breakdown, but that's all. Definitely hasn't reclaimed VWAP or pivot. the market moving back up now, and that could be the moment in order for you to get some puts. I believe Tcbp is halted, and I was able to get in right at the halt. So I do want to set up a ladder for a moment here while it's in the halt. But while the market is up, I want to grab some puts. Excuse me. Basically overnight, I'm going to get a 1 week put. I'll even go more than that just to have no theta loss. I am getting the February 17 puts market, and I'll hold them for as many days. Will stay red. I might have to chase it a little bit. Let's see. Because it's already falling, that's why. I'd already be up $10 if I had a better broker. Yeah. It's just options. Otrk attempting to reclaim now. That could be something. TCDA. Just a lightning rod since the open. But, you know, it's only going from 16 cents to 18 cents. But that's something. TSM having a great day. All right. You know, I believe we alerted a entry on that a couple of days ago. Yes, Sam, let me take a look. All right, I got to set up my ladder over on the other trade here, so we'll deal with that in a minute. Going to go with 3% exits. Underneath every quarter. I'm live. What is it? Okay, we'll just bring it over here. Oh, you already have a pen? Okay. Oh, is this green though? Yeah. You can't use green pens with legal documents. You have to use black or blue. There's one on the table out there, the coffee table. Okay, thanks. Do I have to fill it all out or just sign it? All right, you can write my name, right? You know how to spell my name, right? And put the date. You'll sign that other stuff. And then can you make it so that every one of these pages faces me? So when I flip it like that, I can sign? Okay. All right, we should be coming out of the halt soon here on Tcbp. Just getting some dissolution papers signed, irreconcilable differences. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, thanks. Yeehaw! I'm free. Okay, let's see. Background check authorization. I understand. Okay, I see. All right, now you fill out the rest of that, okay? All right, here you go. These are my signatures. Okay, it's out of the halt. I've got some fills. I got 2 fills already. And 1 Tom. I got 2 fills and 1 Tom. But I'm bummed. My daughter was here. Dad jokes galore now. Can't help it. I can't help it. What was that? Wow. Woo. This puppy is popping. I got to get my other exit set up. Are popping. Should I say Mary Poppins? Is that too dad jokey? All right. Get that ladder set up in the 8s there. Back to like 780. So I'll put another order just underneath 8. Because, you don't want to be greedy. You want to be taking profits. Tcbp. Going wild. Everybody's going to get on it. Otrk also. Yes, RJ. Yeah, Otrk also coming up. And I took out I de-risked another portion right there as it moved under 775. And I'll put another order to take some exit at that level. And if we get to 750, I'll take another portion off. Working this TCBP position. I've got a little order at 772, and it's at 762 right now. So just hang in there. It's like everything's moving up now. FFIE, TCBP, TCDA was, OTRK, and ATXI is making some progress. All right, we just blipped up a little bit there. We're up in the 779 range now on TCBP. This is struggling. I'm going to up my exit size to 4% increments. Be even safer with 5 or 10% or 15 or 20% increments, of course. I want to see how this shapes up and attempt to be quick on the trigger. I have to exit. But that I do have 30% exits set up. I'm turning up my knob to 40% exits. I mean 4% exits. 3% exits are set up, and I'm turning up my knob to 4% exits. I actually didn't have coffee this morning. Amazing, right? Because I sound like I did. Or do I? Okay, we're getting right up near prior highs on TCBP. We broke the 8 level again. Here comes 814. I'll de-risk a little bit, 4% at this double top. Might not need to, but it doesn't hurt to take another little 4% out right here. Okay, there we go. And that's probably the quarter, 825 exit right there as we hit 830. What's up? Are we halting? Why is it just hanging right there? 818. Wow. What is the float on this puppy? Because seems very thinly traded. All right, I already got my ladder set up, but I'm gonna de-risk a little bit more here as it slowed down. Yeah, that was a good instinct. Flattening. And Randy says he's out and I'm out. Oh, dude, that's retarded. I guess I got very bad fills. Oh, did I use a bad word? 700. I was up $700. At the end of that, I was up $70. Jeez, bad fills. Yes. Not sure how that happened. Well, hope you fared a little bit better, Andy. I think my system was also laggy because I clicked cancel all before I clicked flatten, and it was like processing that. Screwed me over because of that. I should have just clicked flatten, because when you do click flatten, it automatically cancels all and gets you out as quick as possible. Oh well. Would have been nice to bank the 700. Was hoping for more, but I could see it start to sour. If you roll back the tape on that, guys, you can go to my YouTube and watch these streams back. You can go back and you can see me start to say de-risking, selling. I start clicking before it even started to drop. I just felt, see, when you're trying to get out, if you can't get out, that's a bad sign. That means you have to chase down. So I clicked again, get me out at the ask. No bueno. I clicked again, get me out at the ask. That's when I put cancel all, flatten, and then boom, it fell, and then boom, bad fill. So at least I was still ahead of the curve. Just fingers, execution, brokerage were still working against me. That's okay. Yeah, better than a loss for sure. And I have some other things that are up, so yeah, it's fine. Now, what's going on Vlta? Okay, Vlta's still hanging out around VWAP, ATXI, Otrk may have reclaimed, but it really isn't doing much more. FFIE kind of looking like Tcbp, but that just goes to show on Tcbp how dangerous it is to trade it. Because even knowing to get out before it even showed visually that you should get out wasn't good enough. That shows you how dangerous Tcbp is. You can know to get out, and it could still screw you over. It could easily be down $700 on that if you didn't pay attention. So I don't recommend messing around with that too much unless it forms a base. And even then, you could get dumped. All right, let's take a look back at the market and this idea that the market has topped. Yep, it's still holding that island reversal type of pattern where we gap up, it moves up further, and then it reverses and turns red on the day. That is bad for the day. Things could change, but that's bad for the day at the moment. On any stock, this is a great spot usually after a run. At the end of a run, there has to be all this combined. At the end of a nice run, it gaps up, it moves up further, comes back down, turns red, starts to fill the gap. That's, and then once it turns red or once it touches the previous days, fills the gap, it's over. It's usually going to continue red from there for a couple of days. It's usually a 1, 2, or 3 day swing. So I got a 1 month put on it, not because I'm going to hold it 1 month, but because that way my theta will be divided by 30 every day instead of 5. So if you pay $300 for an at the money option, $300 for an at-the-money option with only, let's say, 5 days left, you'll be losing $60 a day in theta. But if you pay $600 for one with 30 days left, you'll only be losing $20 a day. Because 600 divided by 20. Assuming it's all theta, it's at the money and there's no intrinsic value. It's all in extrinsic value. Anyway, I've been trading vanilla options like that for over a decade. And I don't know, I have, probably tens of thousands, maybe I've even underestimated, maybe hundreds of thousands of options trades under my belt. And I can tell you, do not trade options. Just don't do it. Mm-mm. Do it. Use options to hedge. There goes OTRK. OTRK went from a 110 on this little pullback to 125. So it's about a 15 cent increase, and I think it's halting. SPY is the same as the market. The SPY is the same as the Qs that we were looking at. It's the same. Choppy. Look at that. And that is exactly what the model books say. Every PPI prior reaction has created a chop day. And like I say, that's just the animal. That's just the behavior of the PPI report. All the factors and how the PPI report is sussed out, and then funds rotate positions, investors and traders, all based on the information in PPI and all the forces at play there, create a chop day. And that's what we got. It's exactly what we got. That's what was predicted, and it's exactly how it came out. Let me show you guys. I'm sharing my screen. I'll show you guys the models. Ready? Here is October of last year. Okay, you see that? There's the reaction, down, back to equilibrium, retest the low, nearly to the top, a little bit lower, and then rest of the day, chop all day. And then here is November. A little bit down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It's a not necessarily a day without making new highs and lows, but it is a day that keeps reversing on you, and it doesn't take direction. So you wouldn't want to take breakouts of highs, because those areas are probably going to lead momentarily to reversals. FFIE on our radar from before. Yes, we were talking about that this morning. Yeah. Yeah, that Tcbp, that doesn't look friendly at all. OTRK looks very friendly. Even the dumps, I could handle that. I could handle a dump like that. I should be able to get out of that with minimal casualty. OTRK looks very worth it. And then what just happened is an opportunity. Done for the day, scalped out for 433 twice today. Very good, very good. Nice. Oh, sold right before the halt. Awesome. Although you kind of want to leave, some for the halt, by the way, because sometimes these things can unhalt, gapped up, and you can get a little more juice out of them. And rarely do they gap down after the first gap up. When it caught itself there, I added on. And what do you mean by caught itself? When it reclaimed the dip over Vlta? Like at 108? What do you mean caught itself? Had no day trades left. Oh, gotcha. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. What's the matter now? Live access removed. I just got a notice on TikTok. What's the matter here? Your live access will be restored on January 25. Is that because I said what I said? What a bunch of assholes. Hateful behavior. Oh, yes. There it is. Your live access was suspended for our hateful behavior policy. We don't allow content that attacks, threatens, or incites violence against or dehumanizes groups based on protected attributes. Couldn't you tell somebody that they're smart and it would be an insult? That's just so stupid. I mean, just because it's protected attribute doesn't mean you can't say the word. Right? What did I say? Exactly. I'm not going to say it again, but I used a word that refers to people who. Oh wow, Otrk opened up at 1.3 and hit 1.4. Woo, looking good. That might be all it does. It's starting to do that island top, red pullback feeling. So make sure you continue to exits there. You don't know where it's going to go from here. I'd be looking for some pullback. That was, by the way, the other day, the answer to that question was that was from Predator. I think it was. Let me see. I don't know what that's from. I think it was Predator. All right, you guys. Yeah, there's that pullback. Look at that. See? Otrk failing out. That is why you want to try to chuck most of your shares into that kind of behavior. But this could create a pullback, which is good. And see how that dump, if you want to call it that, was pretty tame, that's what makes it a little bit safer, Otrk. That's why you're able to take a bigger size on that. Hope you went big size on that, Randy. Maybe you didn't even think about it and just went into habit. You just fell back on habits. But remember, you need to push yourself. And the next things you need to be thinking about here is, oh, you did, good, is how safe is this? How dangerous to safe, the dangerous to safe spectrum, and then allow that to size your trade. All right, you guys, I'm going to cut it there. I'm going to see what happened. I'm going to appeal this thing with TikTok. That's ridiculous. That's my second violation, I think, in 90 days. They can literally permanently suspend my account if I make it a third time. So I definitely got to appeal this. That's such bullshit. I said something was retarded. Somebody's drawing on the screen. Draw on the screen. Might have been an accident, but yeah, please don't draw on the screen. So dumb. I know. All right, yeah. So I'm going to go. Everybody go back into the group. I'll catch up with you in there. Later. Welcome. Otrk is kind of basing, so this is still an opportunity. All I'll do is wait for it to flatten out a little bit. It doesn't give you much time. maybe 10 minutes, and then I'll start to